I don't know about y'all, but I ain't trying to be waiting at the gate while God's debating and deliberating on whether I deserve an invitation. No, I'm living for that well done congratulation. Living life to live again. Your lifestyle's the confirmation. So do you know if you died today, would you go? Or are you being strangled by the strings of the puppet show? Hey y'all, welcome back to Mrs. Montgomery Mondays, where we minister about the Master. Thanks for tuning in to part 2 of the gray area. And like I said in part 1, today we're going to talk about why there's so much gray in the world. Who is blurring the lines? Why are the lines being blurred? And what is the agenda behind it all? And what I mean by gray is, in short, just all of the areas of confusion throughout life where it seems as if things are unclear. And I'm just here to tell you that within God's word, he makes everything crystal clear pertaining to life and godliness. And he reveals to us the truth about this world and how all of these quote unquote gray areas were intentionally put into place to mislead and deceive us. And I must say, our enemy is doing a splendid job at doing so, to the point where we live our lives as if we don't know the difference between up from down, left from right, right from wrong, and now even male from female. Come on, y'all. As if the Lord could make a mistake, let alone a mistake like that. And the list just goes on and on and on and on. But the bottom line is that we have to recognize that our adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. And it is his goal and life duty, you can say, to keep us deceived and distracted so that he can destroy us. We're living in a world of darkness. And yet he created the gray in hopes that we'll never make it to the light. If you're tuned into today's show, then I trust that the Lord is doing a work in your heart. So I want to remind you of Hebrews chapter 3, verse 15 that says, today, if you hear my voice, don't harden your heart. And let's go to one of my favorite scriptures, Ephesians 6 and 12. It's one of my favorites just because it is one of the very first scriptures that God allowed me to understand within the first couple of days of my salvation. So I pray that he does the same for you even now. It says, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. This scripture alone clearly explains the why, and why is there so much gray, so much confusion, manipulation, and deception. We are at war, family. And our battle is not against mere humans, flesh and blood, like we would like to think that it is. But instead, it is against principalities, or in other words, the wicked authority who governs the land, and who have a lot of power because they are the rulers of this dark world. So we need to start putting a lot more thought towards God's holy word, as he is warning us that we're up against spiritual wickedness in high places. And real quick, I want to read a few more scriptures that kind of help bring all of this to light. In Revelation 12, it says, that great dragon was thrown down, the serpent of old, who was called the devil and Satan, who deceives the whole world. He was thrown down to earth, and his angels were thrown down with him. We got to realize how deep and real this is. The devil and his demons were thrown down from heaven to earth to run it. They straight Chris Brown in the world, y'all. We don't even know it. And I'm being stupid, but it's really not funny at all. The next scripture is 2 Corinthians 4 and 4 that says, in whose case the God of this world has blinded the minds of the unbelieving, so that they might not see the light of the gospel of the glory of Christ, who is the image of God. And then lastly for now is 2 Corinthians 11 and 14 that says, no wonder, for even Satan disguises himself as an angel of light. So sorry folks, but he's not some jolly red giant with horns, a tail, and a pitchfork. Instead, he is the spirit behind, and most times within, your favorite artist, actor, TV program, entertainer, athlete, politician, and a lot of times pastor. And that is why God warns and instructs us to put on the full armor of God so that we will be able to stand firm against the schemes of the devil. And please believe that his schemes are at work throughout every facet of life, because we live within a system that sets us up to send us to hell. Point blank, period. And a lot of y'all may have heard my story on another episode. I dated a devil worshiper. You know, he had to deal with the devil to kill me so that he can become a rich and famous rapper. So that's why I go so hard about topics like this. But that's not the point for today. The point is just that he's not the only one who took that road. There are many who took the same exact road in order to achieve what you and I have been deceived to believe is success. And furthermore, we're deceived to believe that they've reached this quote-unquote celebrity status just because of their dedication and hard work. But the truth of the matter is that it's only because of their dedication to Lucifer so that he could work hard within them to manipulate us. And that is just the truth of the matter. So it's why I understand why it's oftentimes said that truth hurts. I get it. But it is what it is. And all I can say on that note is thank God for the cross of Christ. So let's look at the book of Matthew chapter 4 when Jesus himself was tempted of the devil. If this fool went for God himself, how much more do you think he's coming for you and I? Verse 8 says again, the devil taketh him up. He took him up into a high mountain and showed Jesus all of the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them, and said unto him, all of these things will I give you if you fall down and worship me. God forbid. Jesus, of course, rejected, but your favorite celebrity did not. And the point of it all is that this dirty devil allows people to fall down and worship him and sell their souls to him, because those are the same people that he'll use as puppets to mislead and deceive us and mind control us to believe that there's nothing more than life but sex, drugs, money, and getting what we want when we want it. But it's because he's trying to lead us to hell, because we're living in complete opposition to the Lord and his ways. So when you hear rappers say things like, I sold my soul to the devil with a crappy deal, please believe that that is the only thing that they're telling you the truth about. And one of the worst things about it is the point of today's show, because we'll get more into this as the Mondays come. But the point of today is that all of these devil worshipers, I'm gonna just call it like it is, that we quickly turn into our idols, they don't come out and admit fully and truthfully to worship Satan. No, most of the time they call themselves Christians. And this is where the gray comes back in, the ultimate deception, because they live like the sons and daughters of Satan. They promote and glorify sin in every way, shape, and form intentionally. They show no respect or fear for God, and yet faithfully wear their little cross jewelry and pretend to be thinking the one and only living God at these silly and satanic award shows. It's deception. So where does that leave you? I'll tell you. Confused, misled, and deceived to think that you can do whatever you want to do, live however you want to live, and somehow still make it in, because you put God first on your profile and you go to church sometimes. But the fact of the matter is, the requirement is that God actually comes first within your life, because he's called us to be the church, not just go to it.